Welcome back, everybody, to WICR Off the Bounce. So for our closing act, we want to talk about Paul George and
PG 24, Mr. 24 hours.
24 hours.
Shout out to T-Fly.
Paul George, after reading, I guess his recovery is going really, really well in rehab. Now, do you believe will he make it back in mid-season to play?
Oh man, I'm not really too sure, but that would be great for the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
That would be great. He's such a prolific defensive player and presence on the basketball court in general. And we wish him a speedy recovery.
yeah.
Anytime
definitely.
you have a freakish injury like that, we don't really know, just how ready a guy is until
Yeah.
we see him on the floor
Yeah,
a couple of times. You know what I mean? Until we
Mhm.
see him on the floor a couple of times. A lot of times guys rush their injuries back. And, even though it took so long, it took 2 years, I commend Derrick Rose, on not being rushed. I'm sure he wanted to get out there with his teammates. Sure, he
yeah.
wanted to help his team win. But at the end of the day, if you're not ready, you're not ready. I think too many guys rush back and don't fully recover, and then you have nagging injuries like this, either the same injury or injuries that stem from having the problem that you had. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, I think it'll be great for the Pacers if he can make it back 100% healthy. But I wish he doesn't rush anything, and I really, really wish him a speedy recovery.
Oh yeah, definitely take the time, because that Paul George he's a very, very good athlete. I mean, he's a player that he won Most Improved not too long ago, and he's definitely developing to become a really, really good superstar for the Indiana Pacers. And I mean, I don't know if the Indiana Pacers are going to do that well, at the beginning of the season. We still have to wait on that. But Paul George, I really do wish he comes back, and just not too quick, because when Michael Jordan broke his leg, I think he missed his third or fourth season, he took that whole year off just to make sure that he's really, really 100%, because it's not only your body that has to be 100%, your mental, your mind
too, definitely. Sometimes guys are even ready to play and perform, but their mind gets in the way of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you see them hesitate sometimes. You know what I mean? Mentally don't want to make those same moves that they know that they're usually capable of making.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's why I'm glad that Derrick Rose had the chance to play on the FIBA, because that's definitely an uplifting, especially me as a fan, to see that he's little by little coming back, and he's looking really, really confident in himself, and you can hear it in the interviews. He's always smiling. It's not like, whoa, yeah, like obviously no one doesn't want to bring back the past, but the past is sometimes you have to bring up just to see how you really feel, and Derrick Rose, I mean, especially me as a fan, like I said, took a lot of patience, and I just hope that he gets a really, Paul George can come back real fast, but not too fast, and maybe he just might have to take off this whole season off just to come back and have fresh legs and have that mental ability, and just to not be afraid,
I mean, if you're a Pacer fan, if you're in the Pacer organization, just like those in the Chicago Bulls organization,
Yeah.
the best thing is to think long term. Do you want to rush a guy back for a season and end up losing him for even longer?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait and have this guy for the next 4 or 5 years help you to build to win a championship or even a couple championships?
Yeah.
Because that Pacer core is not that well. They got rid of Stevenson. They may really struggle this year.
Yeah.
Indiana may really struggle this year, but you never know. Just like Chicago, sometimes guys relish in those moments, and they can't wait to step up and show you what they got. So
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a sad thing. When I heard about Lance Stevenson leaving, I was like, wow,
wow.
what is Indiana gonna do now, But Roy Hibbert's still there. I mean, now he's gonna really have to step up. There's none of this.
They're gonna have to go into Roy a lot, but that's another thing. It's an 82 game season. Roy's 7-3, isn't he? 7-2, 7-3.
7-2, yeah.
Yeah, those knees. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those knees, like, can they take the constant pounding of the Pacers going into him, possession after possession, trying to get a bucket? Yeah. So we'll have to see, man.
We're gonna have to wait on it. So, all right, folks. This is Off the Bounce.
Yep.
And we're here every Thursday. At what time, Laury? Every Thursday?
At 5, folks.
To my California people, it's at 2 Pacific time. And don't forget, folks, this is Off the Bounce, strictly basketball. But if it's something important, we bring it up.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, guys, man. I'm David Laury.
And I'm Johnny Diaz.
Have a good one.